The one thing that I've learned from doing this series, aside from the fact that basically all games get canceled due to overambition, is that often when a game gets canceled, the game studios and publishers rarely admit that they've canceled the game. They usually just let it die quietly, as if it were a mistake they never wanted to bring up again. That's just what happened with Rockstar's Agent, in fact, a stealth espionage game that's set to take place in the 1970s. It was being developed in 2003 by Rockstar San Diego Studio, who would later go on and develop Red Dead Redemption. The only info we have on this version of Agent was the fact that it was being developed on the PS2 and Xbox, and that there were over 10,000 reference photos taken in Cairo for the game, though shortly after it was postponed indefinitely. Later in 2007, Sony announced that Rockstar would be making a PS3 exclusive for them, but it was only until 2009 that people finally found out what that project's name was and what the game would be. It was known as Agent, and it was being hyped up quite a bit, with Rockstar calling it a genre-defying game and one that Rockstar has been wanting to make since the very beginning. It was an enthusiastic project with a lot of promise built up around it, but only for a flash. See, after this, there was nothing on the title for 2 years. It was only until Leigh Donahue, a former Rockstar environmental artist, put out images online on their portfolio that we actually got a glimpse into the game. Then, just like that, nothing. Again, there was little to no information on the game whatsoever, and any mention of the game to Rockstar employees would either have them not answering at all, or them just saying, yeah, we're working on it, but we don't even know if we'll release it or not. Things got even more grim in 2015 when images of Agent were leaked again, but it was only images from when the game was being developed back in 2009. Jumping ahead to this year, and just about a month ago, the Agent trademark had been officially abandoned. This game is officially dead. No two ways about it. So what happened? Well, here's the thing. Rockstar was at an all-time high as a company. Yes, they were already incredibly popular both by gamers and concerned parents and soccer moms as the gaming company that created Grand Theft Auto. But Grand Theft Auto 4's release in 2008 skyrocketed them to all new heights. This allowed them to freely work on all sorts of new projects that they wanted to work on. Things like Agent, which again was a game they really wanted to get on board with. But the issues probably started with the development of Grand Theft Auto 5, because it's not like Rockstar waited for their current projects to be finished. They actually started development on Grand Theft Auto 5 literally after the release of Grand Theft Auto 4. Not only that, but Red Dead Redemption was also a game in development that needed heavy focus, what with it being a game that had a huge immersive world and a long storyline with online capabilities as well. These are two very daunting games that were being developed. They probably needed a lot more members from the Agent team than they expected Agent to have, and slowly, one by one, it became way smaller than they intended it to be. Not only that, but at the time, Max Payne and LA Noire were also games slated to be released just about a few years later. And when they eventually were released, the games didn't do too well in terms of sales. I mean, don't get me wrong, these are critically acclaimed games, and 4 million and 5 million units sold respectively is no small feat, but compare that to GTA 4's gigantic 25 million and Red Dead Redemption's 11 million, well, it pales in comparison. And that's not even including the juggernaut sales that GTA 5 had later on. Take-Two Interactive probably changed the business models to stop focusing on single-player only games, as they'd rather focus on games that would continuously bring revenue through their online community, a la Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online. There was probably no room left for Agent, which was most likely just going to be a linear, story-driven game like Max Payne. I think nowadays Take-Two and Rockstar Games don't have an interest for games like Agent or games like Bully or Max Payne or LA Noire. They were unique little projects at the time, but it would seem that the online market spoke louder than those who wanted a single player experience, and honestly that's kind of a bummer.